Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling, and I feel like so far from
We're
you,
across the
Audrey,
studio from
which
each
we're
other
normally
today.
next to each other, but it's for a really good reason because we are about to have the most fun show. We are just going to chat this whole half hour. We're not even going to wait. We're going to bring her in right now with Miss Bekah Berger.
Hi.
From 92 Pro FM / just pop culture.
Yes.
Expert.
I feel a lot of pressure.
Extraordinaire.
I hope we have
Fanatic.
we are going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, we're going to have so much
But
fun.
I also feel bad that I separated the both of you.
No,
I didn't
no,
want
it's
to come in between
only
you.
for special people.
Yes,
Only for
we would
special
only.
people.
This is actually a first, I think, that
It is
we've
a
done
first,
like
like
the guests
opening
with
like
the
this?
whole show.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm like a
Should
guinea
you join
pig.
the team?
Yes, I'm an
I just-
experiment.
You know what? I just felt like when we have you in, we end up talking about so many different things.
Yeah, we
and
do.
I feel like we run out of time. I was like, I'm not going to waste time today talking about something else.
Yeah.
Right, we're diving right in.
When we could dive right in.
We waste so much. Why waste time?
We can't
Yes,
waste time. Not with you. We
so
can't. We need
real.
all your knowledge.
All right,
Thank you.
there's so much going on in pop culture. This is like for us very exciting.
Yeah.
We're being spoiled. Before we get to Housewives, because like
Okay.
let's
Yeah.
not. We're gonna get to.
Let's have an
Housewives.
appetizer.
Yes.
Before we get into
That's
the main course.
Appetize. We're gonna appetize.
Housewives are the main course, and we're going to talk all about
Yeah.
it. But for now, let's talk about what's just going on.
Okay.
So, like, we just had the big game.
Okay, so that's what
All
we're doing,
right,
the big game.
So, I mean, we'll start with that.
Meaning
just because
that's
it
what we're
just
calling
happened.
it. Because
Right.
there's a
Do
few.
you feel like it's peak season for like culture, like pop culture right
February doesn't quit.
It really doesn't.
You know what's hard about working in mornings, in morning radio sometimes, especially around this time of year, is Sundays do not quit.
Yeah.
now? Yes.
As much as
Those
I
Mondays are rough.
love being able to eat and feel so fed almost every Sunday, I'm actually looking forward to this Sunday just kind of chilling out a
Little
little
bit
bit.
of a chill.
There's no award show.
Yeah.
There's
a little
no
break.
big game
Yeah.
to
Yep.
cover. Every Monday, I feel like I walk into work and so depleted. And it sounds
Right.
so silly because really, what am I doing? I'm sitting on my couch in my disgusting
You're
shirt and
staying up
pants.
later.
Yes,
Yeah.
but like, especially with award shows, like judging
Yeah.
the like the dresses and the
right,
fashion
I
and
know.
the glam.
How do you watch it? Do you have like a notebook that you're jotting down
Yes.
notes? Yeah.
And ask me if I can read those notes
Can you
later.
read it the next day?
No, I never can. But I am. Even with the big game on Sunday, I
Yeah.
was making notes about all of the commercials and, of
Yeah.
course, of the halftime show. I brought it to work the next day, and I'm like,
What
think
did I
that says I liked the Dunkin' commercial,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. So, yes. So every Sunday has
Yeah.
been crazy. It's crazy to think, you would never think that the middle of winter,
Yeah.
it would be so busy, but that's how it feels.
You know,
Yeah.
thank goodness for that though, because otherwise this winter has
Be a
been
tough
like
winter.
Miserable.
Yeah, I mean, we can't leave our houses. It snows every weekend. Even if it doesn't snow,
Yeah.
it's freezing cold. So thank goodness we at least have this to look forward to.
And there's
which
so
is-
much TV to watch
Yeah.
too.
There is a lot
I
of
mean,
good
yeah.
TV.
Okay, so
There
the big
is.
game, Bad Bunny, obviously.
Yeah, what did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I felt like we were immersed in his culture.
Yeah.
I loved the celebrity pop-ups because you just never knew who. Like in that big casita scene,
I didn't see all those people.
I
Did
kept
you
going.
not see them? Like
Not
Alex
at
Earl?
first.
I clocked Alex Earl immediately.
Me too. The blonde stood right out to me.
I was
with
just
her.
like,
She's
eyes
gorgeous.
on him. Like, I
with
just-
her cute little top.
Eyes on Benito. When he was carrying the football, at times I thought he was carrying a baby. So that took me
Okay.
out of it a lot. I kept thinking, like, how did they get that baby on the field? And now what I'm obsessed with, aside from all of that, is the people who played the bushes, the people who played the shrubbery.
like best job
Yeah.
ever.
Are giving us the play-by-play about their day, and
Love
it
it.
almost makes me want to go to shout out Jordan's Jungle and like just
Yeah.
hop into like the shrubs and like pretend like I'm one of the bushes from
So
the Bad
real.
Bunny
So
halftime show.
real.
And it's crazy how they were cast. Like,
How do you know how they were cast?
so there is an agency or group that casts for background and
Yep.
extras, like
Yeah.
any other.
Oh, I did hear a little bit about this, and they had to be a certain height.
You have to be. I think it was between 5'7" and 6 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe no shorter, no
Well,
taller.
we
Yeah.
would have been out of it, Ash.
Yeah,
It's kinda
I'm
like
right there.
the
real
Rockettes,
close.
Are you there?
Yeah,
in a
close to
way?
5'7".
You have to have a very some
Some kind of a
about a build,
build,
yeah.
yeah.
And you have to be able to hold heavy weight for 5 hours.
Wow.
And then one of the girls I found on TikTok, she said that they had to only keep like almost like a fanny pack on them during rehearsals because they weren't really able to go back to a trailer
Yeah.
or go
Wow.
back to any place where they could keep food. So she had snacks and she had a library book that she brought with her.
That she
They
had on her?
Yeah,
Wholesome.
they got paid, like they had several rehearsals. They were out there for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So
Well, I will say this: the production I think was the highest level production of a halftime show, and at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
And as a producer, like I feel as though the way that he was just moving through and every scene, like that could have been a movie, the way that they did it, and it was
really
live. I
cool.
was so
said it
impressed by
felt
that.
like live theater.
Yeah.
It really felt almost Broadway-esque.
100%.
And I didn't clock Lady Gaga for a second.
So did he not announce? So those were all
That was
surprises.
a
That was
surprise.
yes.
So
and
Jessica
even
Alba, all those surprises
all
too?
surprises. David Grutman is a big Miami promoter. He owns a restaurant with Bad Bunny, and he's friendly with Alex Earl and Jessica Alba and Pedro
Okay, so
Pascal.
that
So
is the
he's sort of the connect. He's the plug.
Yep, okay,
And how
okay.
everybody sort of ended up out there. And then Cardi B, she can ask
yeah.
anybody
She
anything.
was there.
I legit thought she was going to perform.
I did too.
I said to myself,
It would have been good.
her and Bad Bunny did.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that
been-
was the vibe.
I would have
Yeah, that
jumped
would've
off
been
of
good.
my couch. I know a lot of people were dancing and having fun
Yes.
at home. Again, I was so dejected from the way the game was going. I was kind
know.
of like a
It was
grump.
hard
It
to.
was tough to watch.
So, but
Get
Bad
into
Bunny took me out of my funk a little bit. I thought it was a lot of fun. Listen, is it going to go down as one of my favorites of all time? Maybe not. But regardless, I enjoyed
I think it was
Yeah, it's
valuable.
entertain. It
I think it was
entertained.
valuable.
That's a good
Yeah,
word for
and
it.
it got a lot of buzz.
And expensive.
Expensive. And just like that, we are off to our first commercial break. We knew this was going to happen. Stick around. We got a lot more to talk about coming up. Welcome back to Spotlight New England and the juiciest show of the week. We're diving right into it. We have Bekah Berger from 92 Pro FM with us today, and it's time to talk housewives.
Oh,
Baby.
finally.
I
Entree
know. I'm
time.
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry
let's
I even
eat.
made you talk about anything else. So this happened a few days ago, but for us, it's still going on.
Still fresh.
Oh, it's always
The
fresh.
trailer- The trailer's out.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
trailer is out.
The final, or the full trailer, yeah.
Yes, the full trailer's out. Like, let's talk about it. Let's dive in. What are your thoughts on the trailer?
I love that we got a little look-see. Everybody got their moment to
Yes.
shine. And I think, yes, it seemed like because remember last year, we talked about this, the first look from BravoCon, you got a little taste.
Yeah.
But now, I know everything keeps going back to like food, but this feels, this trailer felt more expensive. It felt like they
Felt like
poured,
Bravo.
yeah, they poured a lot more
Yeah.
into it. But, there's a lot of scenes that stick out to me. I guess we could begin with the intro of Rula. And I was really trying to think about if Rula got into First Look. And I couldn't, I have to go back and look at First Look because there's a few differences.
Wait, what's First Look?
First Look was what
You're
came
using
out.
jargon.
First Look was what
Using
came out.
Bravo Buzz jargon.
Bravo Buzz. So the First Look was what came out.
The teaser kind of
yeah,
trailer?
when
Okay.
BravoCon came out.
Oh,
and
Yeah,
back
she
in the
wasn't.
fall.
She may have been in it, but you're right. There wasn't really a big.
There was an emphasis on
Moment there.
Rula. There was a
Right.
lot of emphasis on Dolores Catania from Real Housewives of New
Right.
Jersey.
Not
and
in
in
the
this trailer, there was no sign of Dolores. Now, that is different when it comes to Bravo's social media now. The last few days, they've been
Yeah.
putting out a lot of posts with Dolores actually
Yeah.
being, somewhat front and center.
She's almost acting like the host of this in a way.
So what did she
I
live
like
here
to
all
call
summer
her
with
The
him?
maitre d'.
The ambassador.
The ambassador.
Yeah. So she did live here
Okay, that's
the whole
what,
summer.
I remember reading that.
I think she was here June through at least September.
And her
it
and Liz are very good friends.
Yeah, they're so
And they
that
look very much alike. Yeah.
yeah. So if you remember from the first look from last year, they had that scene with the caricature artist, and they said, "Why do we look similar?" And that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
identical.
that was a big buzz. That was a big moment
Yeah.
that people were chatting about and blogging about and commenting on. But this one, it's all of the other ladies standing alone. Now, there is, what other moments were significant? I think that people who are, I don't want to say hesitant, but they don't know enough about Rhode Island. I
Right.
think what I loved most was they pointed Rhode Island out on a
They
map
did.
for us
True.
to say, oh,
Not Long Island.
we got to do geography for you.
I
Here's Rhode
I
Island.
think
Small
that like
estate.
embracing that is actually very endearing.
It is.
And I
it's
think
smart.
that's kind of a little bit part of the allure here.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that like nobody besides us who are like extremely familiar is familiar with what goes on here. Maybe
Right.
they've heard of it, but they're like, Rhode Island. Rhode
Yeah.
Island, what's that all about?
Olivia Culpo's from there.
Right.
Oh,
If
Right.
they
Taylor
even,
Swift.
if they
Right.
even make that association.
Yeah.
I mean, we all make that association. Do other people make
Like
those
just because like someone in
associations?
Idaho made that.
So
Like,
I think the last few years, especially with Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
and especially
Yeah.
now with the rumors
With the wedding
Yeah.
that
rumor.
she could be getting married at Ocean
Right.
House. Anyway, what else I enjoyed was the emphasis on Ashley I, because
Yeah.
I think that what they did with casting Ashley was
So
really smart. Because at
So
least
smart.
because you are taking a brand new cast, and they do this with every city. Of course, we didn't know who Salt Lake was before
Right.
Salt Lake. We didn't know
Right.
who Jersey was before Jersey. So I think it's smart. Miami was familiar because you had Larsa Pippen and a
Right.
few others.
Right.
But with Rhode Island, these are brand new women.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, hey, let's kick off 20 years of Housewives with a brand new state or a brand new location,
Yeah.
but bring in some familiar faces. Now, something else I
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
point out.
Really unique strategy, though.
Very unique.
Like, this is the first time they've done that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too. The other thing I wanted to point out was the folks who cast, like the casting agency, they had initially put out February as
Yeah.
a possible
Okay.
premiere date.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, once some of us caught on to that and posted about it, they immediately just said, I think 2026 to
Okay.
make it vague.
Okay.
So what I think happened was Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip got put together.
Oh, and they were like,
And they're going on a road trip. It's a 2-week with all of the some OGs,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
really the most popular
Yeah.
housewives
Yep.
across all franchises. So then they probably said, well, this is a great way to usher in this new era of housewives.
smart
Okay.
again.
So they're going to push from February now to April.
April 2nd, right?
Yeah.
And-
What did you think of the trailer?
oh, well, I like you, I texted you immediately when I saw it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm on board. Let's start with that blanket statement so it's super clear. Like, I am prepared to be a super fan. I'm on board. I want to see this show thrive. It was better than what I maybe would have thought it could be, only because like I think we're like in it as people who live in Rhode Island
close.
in a small state. It's
Yeah.
like almost hard to envision what that looks like when you're removed from it. So I watching the trailer, try to watch as somebody who doesn't know some of these ins and outs, and I'm like, wow, this looks really entertaining.
Yes. What did you think?
I mean, listen, it was a train wreck. And that's exactly what they want. My one takeaway, I went right to you. I said, they all look alike.
Sure.
And so I went on Threads and I was deep diving, and the comments that I kept seeing was, it's a cast of Dolores's.
Yeah.
Or I have to, which was an interesting take. And again, we have to have the mind of someone who does, like I think of my friend Carrie Land who lives in Idaho.
Yeah.
She's never on the East Coast. She doesn't know New England living. She doesn't even, she has no idea about Rhode Island, never been
Right,
here.
yeah.
And so I saw one comment someone kept putting too, I'm going to have to really watch it closely so I can tell them apart. But then from Jersey, like once you get in and you know them.
Yeah, another comparison we could also make. So the first season of Salt Lake, people kept getting Lisa Barlow and Meredith Marks.
That's right, they did.
I did.
Yes.
And it's like,
Now I'm like, how could I have ever made such
You
a
can't-
great
That was
mistake?
exactly what people
Tell
said.
them
They gotta
apart.
you gotta get into it.
and Ashley, I agree with you when you say maybe we're a little too close to it.
Yeah.
So of course we know how to tell them apart.
Right, right.
I think that, especially with the trailer, there is clear storyline.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there will be clear character
Yes.
development, and I think that critique will go away.
I hope so.
Immediately. The other thing I wanted to point out about the trailer that was different from last year's first look compared to the trailer. I know that there was a big critique about diversity, and Andy kept saying the thing about Italian, and this is a very Italian cast. They did point out Rula is half Syrian, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that was very purposeful as well. Going back to the look-alike thing, I was looking in the comments on Bravo's post.
Yeah.
Melissa Gorga from New Jersey and Margaret from New Jersey both said, oh, they look like a lot of little Doloreses.
Yeah.
They both said that?
I can't tell them apart. So, yes, even within the Bravo
So
sphere.
they're getting a little.
So what are they,
that's
nervous,
a little.
you think?
Well, if I'm Jersey, of course I'm a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to use the word threatened, because if they were here, the Jersey girls would say, well, we stand on our own.
Yeah.
We're
Yes, of
on
course.
our level of
And
our own.
honestly, here's the thing. Again, being a little inside here, they do. If you we haven't seen it yet, but it's very particular here, and I can
Right.
see how it seems like it's Jersey-ish, but it's not at
Yeah,
the same time.
yeah.
Like, this is so different from New Jersey.
But again, bias with a much more beautiful backdrop.
No
No offense.
We're biased.
Listen,
We
I
live
love
here.
They have the Jersey Shore and they have some gorgeous places, but the way they photographed Rhode Island and filmed with
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it looks
drone
stunning.
shots,
Yeah, it
They
looks
really
stunning.
they picked out the best. Whoever did scout the locations,
Yes.
I think did a great job.
I think that I'm really excited to see the state and how the state is shot and incorporated and all that.
Yeah.
And again, like a lot of these places, we're going to know all the places is what we're going to know. But I mean, I'm really interested to see it all. Like where they take them, how they behave in those places. Like,
Yeah, and also like we're getting a really inside look at their lives.
Right.
Ashley and Jared having this, even though it was an 11-second scene, but having such an
Yeah.
intimate
yes,
Yeah.
conversation
in the
about
trailer.
their business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about putting your life out there.
Yeah.
Which not only that, like you said, like Audrey's is a place where like a lot of the URI kids go. It's always packed. So even hearing that, like again, we have an inside scoop. I'm like,
I
wow.
think you're biased because
I'm
it's
like,
Audrey's.
This is an Audrey's place. But
She's like, it is the
you know,
right.
It is the right.
But it is. It's always packed. It's always busy. And every time we've gone,
fabulous.
but, like I have to kind of be like, but again, you know what you sign up for.
Yes.
This is like, listen, Vicky had no idea what she was signing up for when she signed up.
Vicky
on the firm.
Campbell.
She didn't.
And she loved every
She
moment
did,
of it.
but
Photo
like,
insurance.
again, like these women go in now knowing you have to have
Right.
glam, you got to look good, you can't go in, you got to have a stylist.
Yeah.
They know going in way better prepared, but you also know what you're putting out there. But I did feel bad when she said that. I'm like, is it not
Yeah.
doing well?
Well, it worked. See?
It did.
Right, because now we're like,
I was
You're hooked.
worried.
yeah.
Because it brought out emotion.
Totally.
And I said this to Joellen. Joellen has this scene with her mom on what looks like the front steps of
yeah.
her house, having a
yes.
very relatable generational
Yeah.
conversation. And again, that was a 6-second clip about
Yeah,
her mom
they
saying,
get you.
sorry, this is how I was raised.
Yeah.
Sorry if it translated like this. And
Yeah.
that drew me right in.
Yeah.
Rosie having a conversation with her husband
Yeah, you're
about
right.
Kids,
whether or
right?
not they want to have kids and what
They
their
went
future
there.
looks like.
Forgot about that.
I've watched it now 1 million times.
She's like, I can recite it.
Let's watch it 1,000,001.
Yeah, 'cause
The
you gotta
Epstein
act it
salt
out.
bath, like it just,
Oh, I know that was
Oh,
a
that
good
was
one.
that was
even
amazing.
Alicia,
Right,
the
yeah.
runaway bride.
Yeah.
So there
Yep.
is clear storyline
There
here
are, you're right.
and character development.
Okay, let's talk about the they just released yesterday, the audition tapes.
I am so happy they put that.
I loved it.
Are you happy that you like that?
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the kind of stuff that
Listen,
I'd watch
again,
again and again.
I was talking about it even with my husband last night. And I'm like, I don't think I could be that vulnerable to like be like that on camera. Like with cameras like filming me
Yeah.
and watching me. Like I don't think I would be very interesting because I think I would just kind of shut down and not be genuinely who I am. But the tapes seem like they're all like saying exactly how they think they are.
I also think, and you both work in TV and production, and I think that production they probably ask a bunch of
Oh, yeah,
personal
for sure.
questions.
Yeah.
And then the juicy it spits, they
That's all
probably
that makes
extract.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
of
Oh,
course.
Joellen, I heard you're a detective. Why don't you talk a little
Yeah.
bit more about how you're a social media
Mm-hmm.
detective? And she looked so beautiful. She was pregnant with her third child at the time.
know. I didn't realize that, and because I saw her in person the other
Right,
day,
she's a peanut.
And
and she's the
I
tiniest
know.
person.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Look, I mean, they all are stunning.
They
gorgeous.
actually
They're gorgeous,
really
all of
are.
them.
It's a
Like,
beautiful cast.
Stunning.
Yeah.
It's a big cast. If you want to count Dolores, because Dolores was accounted for
Okay.
in the 8 when they put out the silhouette of the shells
That's right,
Okay.
she was.
with
Okay,
the
okay.
pearls. So that's 8. That's a lot for a first season.
How many episodes is usually a season? Would you say an average? 10? Is 12? Or
I
is
mean,
that
it
too
could
many?
be as much as 15, and
I'm wondering
then
how much
can
they-
only
how much
hope.
they
well, I
got.
think like on Salt Lake, I'm finishing up the reunion as of last week,
Oh,
and I think that there
14
was
or 15,
20,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, there
20
were more?
I think there was 20 episodes. I got to look
Okay,
back,
yeah.
but yeah, there's a
They
lot.
had a lot.
There's a
you're
lot of
right.
episodes.
They did have a lot. Nobody fights like that cast, by the way.
Oh,
Salt Lake.
it's amazing.
Andy had to walk off.
I couldn't
loved
believe it.
it.
And he was like,
And they still kept going.
he
I'm
was
like, I
such
know.
a
You have to,
parent
like-
in that moment. He was like, come on,
I know.
guy. And like he fake walked away, and they were like, sorry, Andy.
I
He
know.
was like, guys, come on.
But as I was watching that, I was thinking of our Rhode Island girls, and I think
Yeah.
about, wow, what is this going to look
Right.
like
Yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5
Yes.
seasons down
Yes.
the line? It
Right.
could either be the same players,
Right.
or you could have a completely
Yes.
different cast.
I
Which
know.
is so
Like,
you could
which is
be
crazy.
you could walk into Market Basket today and you could be walking along like the 3rd season star.
Right,
I
you
think
just
about
don't
that
know.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny because
Or
even the other
TJ
day,
Maxx probably would have been a better
No,
example,
I'm like
but-
Dave's Marketplace,
We're like,
right?
we're like
the
super
hyper
local.
local.
But we were at an event with them on Sunday.
Yes.
And even just after seeing the trailer, I couldn't help but kind of try to see what their interaction was.
Interaction
with
was,
each
I
and how
other.
was
They
it?
kind of all sat together. I mean,
They all
interacted.
They weren't avoiding each other.
Dorinda Dorinda hosted the finale of Ultimate Girls Trip,
and they went,
Bluestone
right?
Manor. They were all there. They were up in the Berkshires.
Love that tie-in.
Dorinda has a radio show on Radio Andy, the channel, and she was saying that these Rhode Island girls, they came to play. They're extremely vocal. She was really, they are not shy.
Did you get the impression that she did not like them?
I get the impression that
was she yelling, "I made it nice to them"?
Right. I cleaned. I made it nice. I think that anyone who's not currently a housewife feels some type of way. Like Dorinda is successful. She's on the Traders.
Yeah. But
she's not a housewife anymore.
They're all probably somewhat threatened, only because that's just the nature of
it's the rookies.
What it is.
Let me ask you this. I don't even know where are we at with
We're
time?
okay. I'm going to take a break in a second, but we'll have a few.
I'm like, where are we at with time? Time flies by.
Does anybody know if we're still on the air?
I'm telling you, we're not wasting any time.
Total secondary conversation, but it's still Housewives related. What are you thinking about the E Network taking on these other ladies?
Well, I think after Jill Zarin's comments the other day about the halftime show, I'm not really sure how greenlit it really is. So I think that they might have...
See, I was wondering if now she's all of a sudden all this buzz to get more attention for it, but that's a good point.
I think it backfired. I really do.
It totally
and when your own daughter goes against you publicly, I think that that's not great either. I mean, sure, if you want to create that kind of buzz, but they haven't even filmed it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have been excited about it, but now I'm like,
Because
okay, maybe
the top OGs.
let's take the phone away from mommy.
See. Yeah, let's wait and see. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with some final thoughts.
Okay.
We need an hour.
Welcome back to Spotlight New England. Yeah, we're going to start having special hour-long programs. A very special Spotlight New England. Bekah Berger joins us. We are wrapping up, unfortunately. We've had such a busy show.
It has
about
been
the
so much fun.
Housewives, so we just have a couple minutes here. Like some final thoughts.
Oh,
what happens next, actually?
So I
know we have the premiere date.
Yeah, and I want to point out something that might have gotten a little bit missed. So April 2nd, which is a Thursday, yes, that is the premiere.
I did miss this at first. I had to read the press release twice.
You know where I'm going with this. The following week, it resumes to its proper day, which is going to be Sunday nights at 9.
So
okay.
But here's the thing. Actually, Ray, our producer, and I were talking about this because we were trying to figure out where the hole would be, and he actually called that it was going to be on Sunday nights, which I think is hilarious.
Does Ray have somebody on?
He just knows who's going on.
Now I know who Ray is.
And who's coming on.
Yeah,
anyway,
Ray's connected.
But they are it's premiering on the 2nd, but they are having one air on the 5th. So is that the same one or is that a new one?
I see what it says. Let me see. Okay. The series. Oh, here we go.
She's got her buffer.
The series. So the series will move to Sundays beginning April 5th at 9.
And so that'll be a new episode.
That'll be.
So are we getting two
I think we're going to get
in like
two
one
very, just like this, of two very special episodes.
Wow. And it will be very special because that's Easter.
With a April 5th.
God bless us.
I don't know why I happened to be like looking. I think I pulled out my calendar.
You are right. You're right.
When they sent the press release to market,
almost
literally
just made the biggest in the most Catholic state. I almost just made the biggest faux pas, and I'm so happy I didn't.
Oh, now
were you going to say something bad?
No.
Just like something
historically
snarky.
inaccurate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Wow.
So yeah, I know. That's why I was.
So wait a second. Is Thursday, April 2nd, Holy Thursday?
It would be then. Yes, it would.
Do they know it's
Holy Thursday?
No one can tell them because they might move
Holy
Thursday.
Don't tell them.
It's so real.
Good Friday,
all right.
Saturday, and then Easter.
That is all we have time for. We'll be following up with you every time anything new happens. We can't wait to watch. We hope you can't wait to watch too. And don't forget, you can always watch us here, Spotlight New England, on the 12 Plus app, 12:30s. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.